marginalized.
As the democratic space gets broader and political activities become more intense, with many Nigerians angling for relevance and agitating for their voices to be heard, Magic 102.9 FM Aba has taken a giant leap by providing the needed platform that captures the essence of your individual, corporate, and most importantly, your political needs.
You see, the government is trying, but it's just this insecurity.
Yes, showcase your aspirations, opinions, and more as a politician, political party, government, community, organization, association, and more. Join Magic 102.9 FM Aba on People and Politics, Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. For inquiries and participation, please call 0903-282-3717. People and Politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, good morning. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of People and Politics. We have all the hottest stories in the land. We'll be taking a look at what transpired in the House of Representatives yesterday, where certain bills were rejected by the Green Chambers. We'll also take a look at what is happening with the Labour Party, where Julius Abure, the national chairman of Labour Party, has been talking tough, firing the likes of Peter Obi and, of course, the Abia State Governor Alex Otti. The PDP has finally submitted the name of its gubernatorial candidates in the Anambra 2025 elections. Stay tuned to get the details of the man and, of course, his running mate. There's something about the June 12 annulment. That ghost has refused to go away. Well, stay tuned to find out what transpired yesterday during the book launch. And JAMB is investigating concerns of students and parents over mass failure. But before we go into all that, we have a former commissioner for information in Abia State, a one-time commissioner for trade and investment, Chief John Okikalu, joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
Let's quickly remind you that yesterday we had a guest who spoke about certain things within his party, the PDP, and also made some comments about John Okikalu. And the first part of the show is more like a right-off reply. So thank you so much, John Okikalu, for joining us.
Thank you, Anastasia, for having me.
Okay, so let's quickly go. Yesterday, one of your kinsmen expressed concern about what he described as the opposition to Governor Alex Otti. He believes that your constant attacks may jeopardize development in your place, Abereba. What's your thoughts on this?
Thank you, Anastasia. If you would permit me to start by commenting on your story around JAMB, I want to call on the board, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, to kindly cancel the last UTME exam, take care of whatever problem they have with their system and redo it. It is appalling to me that out of 1.9 million Nigerians that took that examination, only 400,000 passed, while 1.5 million failed. I am aware, for instance, that Abia State has the best students in Nigeria. Abia students ordinarily will be scoring the highest marks in that examination. Now, when you have a technical glitch that imperils the ability of those students to respond to the CBT questions within the current CBT format, you can no longer say that your examination truly tested the abilities of those students.
True.
So I want to call on JAMB to kindly do their own system audit. If they don't have experts that can help them, we have experts in Abia State. We have people like Daniel Chinagozi. We have people like John Onana. We have so many young people that are experts in these things, and they can come to the rescue of JAMB to make sure that whatever system they are deploying has fidelity, has ability to do what it is supposed to do. It is no longer rocket science to conduct tests and examination using computers. So I don't know why we should have a situation where those our children are made to look like Itiboribo that they are not. Having said that, thank you. I want to believe that my kinsman that you are talking about is Owoblo, Chief James Abawo Chunkwa, who is my brother from the same community, which is Abreva. And like I always say, people have the right to air their own opinions. What I just don't like is when people pass off their personal opinion as if it is a collective decision. Owoblo is a hard-working man. He is one of those that we in PDP can showcase to say that we have always believed in young people. At a very young age, he became an executive chairman in apparently the richest local government in Abia State, which is Aba North, courtesy of the PDP. He was later to become the chairman of Enyimba. And in all those assignments, he performed very well under very rough conditions. Owoblo, I am proud of. I am happy to tell you that we worked together. When I went to the Ministry of Trade, I looked around to see who has the requisite knowledge, who has the capacity to support the agenda that we were bringing to bear. Owoblo was the right person. And even though, like he said, we were not in the same political family, I didn't think twice to come to him to say to him, please, let's do this for the sake of Ndabia. And as a patriot and a lover of Abia State, he joined me and we did the needful, including relocating Ahiudele and the cattle market in Aba. Today, people drive through Waterside without any stench, and people of Aba no longer fear to pass that area. Traffic flow is smooth. That's because of the work we did under the supervision of then Governor Okezi Ikpeazu. So I know Owoblo. What he said regarding what he believed that some elites said, well, I think the mistake he made was not to say that he was speaking about Labour Party elite in Abreva. And I do not expect Labour Party elites to be comfortable with the kind of truths that I churn out. Now, Owoblo mentioned humongous sums, and I sympathize with the fact that the Labour Party elites and himself, because why I say and himself is because shortly after we left government, he told me that there was an offer of appointment with the current government. And I blessed him. I blessed the work. And I told him that, look, if the condition is to join them, please feel free. You are my brother. I want things to work. I don't want anybody to suffer needlessly because that person supported PDP or otherwise. As at that time, I didn't even know that we had in our hands a very vengeful and bitter governor. So I thought that Owoblo would have added value. And I want to recommend Owoblo to the community. He's a man who can do a lot of good things. If they need a man that is grounded in Aba, that can deliver results, they should go and headhunt somebody like Owoblo. He will surely support them. But having said that, I understand it that the Labour Party elites may not have been comfortable with the numbers. But the fact is that these numbers, they probably do not know. The numbers today, humongous in quote, numbers, are coming from published financial statement of Abia State, not from my head. It is from the financial statement of Abia State, which was published by the OT government, that we learned that 54 billion naira was used, 54 billion naira was used to renovate schools in Abia State. Now, if John Oki is asking the government, where are the schools you renovated? Because I have not seen any renovated school. What is wrong with that? Why should my brother be worried? If John Oki found out that over 30 billion naira was being used to repair a 5.8 kilometer road, amounting to the most expensive road in Africa when everything is taken into consideration. And I raised the alarm, Mr. Governor, please review the cost of this. There are other ways of doing it. Yes, you can do good for our people. Anybody can do good for our people. But at what cost are you doing it? The same money that you are spending on that road, if you negotiate properly, you can get better value and then use the balance to still work for our people. What is wrong with that? And unfortunately, Owoblo didn't know that the governor himself confirmed the humongous amount at Arise TV. He now said that it is not even 30 billion, that is actually 36 billion. From the look of this, before they finish whatever they are doing, we'll probably hear 40 billion. Because at the moment, there is money in the state. Nobody seems to care whether that money is being used for the benefit of the people. And if John Oki Kalu cares, and a group of elites, Labour Party elites from Abreba are uncomfortable, so be it. I will say so be it because, number one, when we were in government, there were also the same group of Labour Party elites who were opposed to our government. I didn't fight any of them personally. Chief Wakainem remained my personal friend because he's an older man that I like. We have done a lot of good things together. He remained my friend. In those days, he used to come to commissioner's quarters with Abga branded bus. And people will be murmuring, and I will be telling them that this is my brother, beyond politics. Nobody can stop my brother from coming to me. So if I had that kind of mindset, Chief Wakainem and the rest of them were criticizing the Ikpeazu administration. And I never came to your station to say Abriba political elites have decided that they should be this and that and that. Then Chief Owoblo now needs to learn that there is a new brand of politics that I believe in, that I am driving. That brand of politics is without bitterness, is focused on the welfare of people. That brand of politics does not speak to where you are from. It speaks to the truth you know. What is the truth you know that can help the people? Because the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. If the people don't know the truth, they will ultimately perish in the hands of bad leaders. And there's one more thing I need to say to him, Ben. I need to say this to him. There has always been a problem in Abia State. That problem has been there since the days of Owoblo and others in politics. Once a new governor emerges, everyone will rush to the new governor to look for food, to look for accommodation, to look for this and that. Nobody will do the work of opposition on behalf of the people. Without opposition, there is no government. Now, Dr. Alex Otti taught us something. For 8 years, he was in the opposition. He was, again, quoting Owoblo, mentioning humongous amounts. But one thing he succeeded in doing was keeping those in government honest and in check. So when people want to do something wrong, they will remember that there is an opposition that is watching, that Big Brother is watching, in quotes. Now, if he believes that his brother John Oki will live through to the old order of anywhere belief face, you face that side, I'm sorry, Chief Owoblo, I'm not that kind of person. I'm a man who is contented. I'm a man of very little needs. I'm a man who believes in service, honest service, which he can testify to. And indeed, he testified to it. We worked together for quite some time, and he knows the caliber of person I am. So I am not bothered about what Labour Party elites in Abreba are saying. I'm bothered about doing the right thing. And please, I want to beg him not to narrow state politics to communities. If he is saying that because of John Oki Kalu, that the governor does not want to do things for Abreba people, there are two things to note. Number one, before you people elected him, supported him, funded him, what did you agree with him? Did you just drink expensive wine with him without telling him this is what our people need? When I supported Dr. Ikpeazu, I told him that we will need a road in Abreba. And by that 2015, Abreba people did not vote for him. He lost the election in Abreba. Yet he came to Abreba and started a road project. The Ugwesi road project leads through the house of Chief Owoblo. He knows the road. In fact, when I tried to do that road, start that road from my father's compound area, starting from Oriakwa through Mweso, the same now Labour Party elites, then they were ABGA elites, rolled out young people to come and stop the construction work from that side. And I had to take it to another side. And that was how Owoblo themselves benefited. And that road project is still there, even though we didn't vote for Ikpeazu. So is Owoblo saying that the governor is not fit to be governor, that he is going to only serve those that are supporting him? Is that what he's actually saying? If that is what he's saying, I want to appeal to Governor that he should know that a leader without opposition is a dictator. And that he should also know that my people supported him. They voted for him. And that he should do whatever they agreed. If they didn't agree on anything, he should forgive those Labour Party elites and still do what he has to do. But that as for opposing him, that me, John Oki Kalu, that I am like the three Hebrew children who said that we will never eat food from the king's table. Even if we perish, that I will continue to oppose his government because I am doing the work of the people of Abia State.
Okay, your stance so far has been making you trend in Abia. I want to believe you've been taking a look at the social media, especially Facebook, where you're very active. I want to believe you've been seeing what Abians have been writing about you, following the decamping of the former chief press secretary to your principal, talking about Ememanka Onyebuchi. People believe that after Ememanka, you should be the next person to leave the PDP for the Labour Party. You've been described actually as the last man standing. Some say you're the strongest voice who worked in Ikpeazu's cabinet. And so far, you've been seen defending him all over the place. The question is, just like the chief press secretary said, there comes a time in a man's life where he has to wake up and start pursuing his own matter. Or are you a Siamese twin to the former governor?
I am not one of those men that will pursue my selfish interests. There comes a time in my life, and that time has come. I have passed that time already, where I must serve the people. I grew up in Aba, and I am proud of the work Dr. Ikpeazu did in Aba because I know what he met on the ground. Now, I know the work that Dr. Ikpeazu did over a period of 8 years with very little resources, less than about 25% of what Dr. Alex Otti is getting to. And I understand perfectly what we were able to achieve. I know that we didn't do everything we wanted. While we did Fox Road, Ngwa Road, and Abowuri Road, we could not finish Port Harcourt Road. Now, Dr. Alex Otti has come in as the next governor. He has fixed it. That is how it should be. As long as he fixes it very well, the next administration will not fix the same Port Harcourt Road. He has not fixed the Fox Road that we fixed. He has not fixed the Abowuri Road that we fixed. He has not fixed the Ukebu Road that we fixed. He has not fixed the East Street that we fixed. He has not fixed the Ngwa Road that we fixed. That is how it should be. Now, if people are looking for principled person, I will put out myself and say that I stand on my principle. I've always liked the People's Democratic Party, PDP. And quite frankly, let me say this on air. If tomorrow, my friend and boss and leader, Dr. Okezi Ikpeazu, leaves the PDP to join APC or LP, I am not likely to follow him because I like the People's Democratic Party. I like that party because of the progressive ideas infused by one of my political idols, Dr. Alex Ekwueme, into the manifesto of the party. So anybody is free to make a decision, and I don't begrudge anybody. Whoever wants to move can move. I understand decampment to mean that people are pursuing their personal selfish interest. I don't have any selfish interest to pursue. I have a people's interest. I have an interest in ideology. I have an interest in being consistent. So I am pursuing my own, and I cannot begrudge anybody that is pursuing his own. People are free. Like my brother said during the interview, he said he's a grown-up man, that he can decide for himself. And I was shocked that as a grown-up man, he and his so-called elites wanted to decide for me. Maybe he sees me as a child. Because he's older than me, he has the right to see me as a child. But he must also remember that in our tradition, that I have come of age by the grace of God and can also, like him, decide for myself. And I have decided to remain in PDP. And nobody should argue or debate my right to do that.
So, in other words, you're disappointing those who are waiting for you to join them in another political party. You're saying that will never happen.
Then go wait tire. Tell them I said do not go wait tire.
Okay.
See, let me tell you something. If I get tired of PDP, I will shut down from politics. I must not be a jumpologist. I cannot be what I condemn. I can never be what I condemn. Go and ask those who know me. I will not be jumping from one party to another. It is a different thing that maybe my party PDP at the national level decided to form a coalition with anybody. Then I am still inside PDP because that coalition will reflect the manifesto of PDP as written by Ekwueme and others. But I am not one of those who support people jumping from one party to another, because I know that every decampment is not about the interest of the people. It is about selfish interests. And I also see something fraudulent in electing a member of the House of Assembly or the National Assembly or a governor on a particular political ticket. You came to the people and said you are contesting under PDP. And the people looked at PDP and they said, okay, we are voting for you. And then you wake up one day, the people no longer are intelligent, they no longer matter. They have made you Oga, so you are now Oga Kpata. You refuse to go back to the people to ask them whether it will hurt them if you move. You will now go to the party they rejected. There are reasons our people reject parties. There are some parties they deem anti-Ndibo or anti-Ndaba or anti-whatever. If they have rejected a party and then they elected you on a different party's platform and then you obtain their mandate by tricking them, OBT. OBT, and you will be happy. And then you will now move to another party without talking to those people. And then when you hear them say, I consulted, what they mean is that they consulted their wife. How many votes does your wife or student have? Why didn't you go back and say, my people, I want to move. I want you people to vote. Do a town hall meeting if you are proud of what you are about to do. And they all do these things because they are protecting selfish interests. And I want to recommend that there should be a constitutional amendment that automatically allows anybody that decamps, whether from the executive branch or the legislative branch, to lose his seat so that you can go back to the people and seek a fresh mandate. If you are so sure that you want to leave the party that elected you, lose that seat and go back. Let the people vote for you again under the new platform. Because in this country, according to our constitution, we don't have independent candidates. It is actually a political party that sponsors every candidate. People vote for a political party. They don't vote on the basis of the individual. So if you are going to obtain votes by trick, it is not a good thing. And I'm calling on the National Assembly, working with the state houses of assembly, to kindly amend the constitution to make it automatic for any decampee to lose whatever seat is occupying and go back for a fresh mandate from the people. Otherwise, you are taking the people for a ride. All of us that stood in the sun to shout when they wait for you, to shout PDP power for, to make sure that you are elected. Suddenly, we no longer matter. We are fools. We are idiots. So you can now decide that because of your personal interest, you can now move to another party. It is wrong. It's not democratic.
All right. In the light of the recent defections, and you have said vehemently that you are not leaving the PDP, what is the hope of the PDP in Abia State, especially where you belong?
It's a part of what I told you the last time I was at your station, was that we were doing some self-cleansing. That there are people in PDP that you can never trust. These people will be shouting when they wait, power to the people with you in the afternoon. In the night, they will go and collect money from the other side and then come and sell your vote. Not only will they vote against you, they will even write results for the other side against you. Then the next day, they will come up and shout, wait. They will attend all your meetings. In fact, when you call stakeholders meeting, they will be in the front row. I told you that we want to get rid of those belle-faced people and bring in young people. We want power to return to young people. Remember, this is the party that at around the age of 30 gave Owoblo executive chairman of a local government. We want to return to that party that will give power to young people, train them to grow within the political system, school them on the right ideologies, on the right principles, on the manifesto of our people, of our party. We don't want them to just be, to be touts for the older generation. We want the older generation to mentor them and still be part of what we are doing, but we are looking for good men among them. We have created a condition that allows the bad ones to leave quickly. And as I can confirm to you that they are almost done. In the next 2 months, the last batch of them will leave. Once they leave, you will see a resurgent PDP that will take the political scene by storm. I don't want to go into politics too much to begin to predict what you will see, but Hurricane PDP is bouncing back very soon, and I'm confident of that.
Well, the race for 2027 has started in earnest. There are certain persons who believe, with the gale of defections hitting your party, that your party may not be formidable enough to contest that election.
Because those people think that those ones are the people that make our party what it is. Some of those people that are talking about, let them go and see their polling unit results. Some of them lost woefully, yet they still say they are stakeholders. So we that are in the party, we know who actually deliver the votes that we want. We know where they are. We know them one by one. If some of them have gone to other parties, we are ready to appeal to those ones in the spirit of reconciliation, because those people have value. For instance, if I have anything to do with PDP in terms of deciding for the party, I will seek somebody like Eugene Job to be in my party. I know him.
And you mean the former
NURTW chairman?
Yes. I would rather have a Eugene Job than some of those people that you call major stakeholders. Some of the major stakeholders were flogged by young people in 2023 election. Young people flogged them dead. They could not even come out of their houses. How many of them were in the field? Of course, they have their use. These people, they are very well experienced. We still need them, the older generation. They can organize, they can guide, they can help the younger ones learn. And of course, they can still occupy positions within the party and outside the party, because they have very, very good experience. We are looking for those of them that have good experience, not those of them that have bad experience in looting. Today, almost all the belle-faced people that Governor Alex Otti used to condemn, they have joined him. All the people in PDP that he used to call feeding bottle politicians, he's even organizing feeding bottle parties for them. Anytime he sees a PDP member at the camp, he celebrates, he rolls out the drums. But he has forgotten that these are the same people he called thieves and armed robbers yesterday. So now he's now accumulating a government of thieves and former thieves. Thank God that whoever they are, that he used to badmouth, that they are now with him and not with us. We will present a platform, and the people of Abia State will look at that platform, and then, because we respect their vote, they will now hear us, hear him, hear others, and decide. Whatever they decide, we will accept.
In summary, before you take your last stick, to be fair to your kinsman, when he came here yesterday, he did say kind things about you. He said you're a very brilliant man, and that he expects that you should use this, your sharp brain, to do good things for your people. That's in a way of summary before you share your last take, please.
I love my people. there is no community in the world that I love like Abreba. While I was in government, even him himself is a testament to the fact that I was doing good for my people. He said to you that I had hunted him even though he was not in our structure. I love my people. I told you that even though we voted against Dr. Okezi Ikpeazu, that I was able to persuade him to come and do Ugwueze Road in Abreba. Later on, he did Abreba Nkoro Road. And he did a couple of other things. I love my people. That's why, while I was in government, I made sure that over 129 Abreba young people were employed in government. They're still working there. I love my people. Because I love my people, I made sure that they benefited from every good thing that the Ikpeazu administration was doing. See, there are many ways to show love. And part of it is when people are not looking, you do. Today, they celebrate one special advisor, one SSA. But as somebody in government, Abreba had over 60 special advisors. I love my people. My people had the chairmanship of Abia State University because I love my people. Because I love my people also had several other great positions in government that I don't want to mention because I don't want to ruffle feathers. So, and Governor Ikpeazu was extremely kind to us. He treated us as an extension of his own community. That's why we gave him the chieftaincy title of Otobo Okwoje. Love for your people includes condemning evil. If a government is looting the money of Ndabia, and Ndabia includes my people, that love for my people is what is propelling me to complain, to say, Oga, what you are doing is not good though. It is not because they have made you governor that you will be doing this kind of bad thing. Can you still do that thing that you want to do, but reduce the amount of money that you are using to do it? Oga, what you are doing is not good though. You are abandoning what your predecessor did instead of protecting those things and improving on them. Why are you abandoning Enyimba shoe factory? Why are you abandoning Enyimba garment factory? My people are also tellers. When Governor Ikpeazu went to Turkey, he took one of my people. If you are now confining my people to that space called Abreba, otherwise I see my people as every Abian, every Igbo man, every Nigerian.
Well, on that note, we want to thank you, Chief John Okikalu, for joining us this morning. And of course, we wish you success in your party as you galvanize efforts to re-strategize and get your party on track once again.
Thank you very much. And I want to assure you that it doesn't take millions to build a city. It takes a few good men. And from a few good men, you will gather other good men. I would rather be seen in the midst of good men than to have millions of bad people surrounding me. The era of anywhere belief-based politics is over for us and for me.
All right. All right. Thank you. Well, you don't get to see Nigerian politicians who stick to their guns and tell you, hey, no matter what, no matter the amount offered, we are not going anywhere. But again, we've also heard people who say things like this. And tomorrow, you see them singing another song. Time will definitely tell if the likes of JOK will withstand all the pressure and remain under the umbrella. It's 9:37. We'll take a break now. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I can't get enough. It's just the right amount of sweetness. I mean, just the right crunch. Mini-Me Chin Chin is different. Table manners? Forget that. Mini-Me Chin Chin tastes really good. You just have to indulge. It's worth every crunch. Can I have one more? And maybe another one. And another one? And another one. And another one. Mini-Me Chin Chin. Now available in a 150-gram Boku pack. Mini-Me. Taste the fun.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks, we're clean in the morning. Everything don't transform. I understand though, school is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some nutritious Milo at breakfast.
Your kids need nourishing energy. Give them Milo at breakfast. It has nutrients that support energy release to help them get the most out of their day. Milo, energy to go further.
I want a so free rice. I don't want it gummy rice. That's why I choose Kiara. See, I see this well, Kiara. Joy, joy, joy. The taste of joy is here. Pretty lady, African king, very good. From Nigeria,
Experience the taste of joy with Pretty Lady, African King, Proudly Nigeria, Red Eagle, and Bogu Rice. Kiara Rice Mills, the taste of joy.
ọ bụrụ na ị bụ onye Airtel, a gara ịgwa gị tupu ị pịa ya. Ndị Airtel na-enyere aka ịmata ndị na-ezi ozi efu, bịa mee ka ndị ahịa ha mata maka ya site n'enyemaka nke AI kwadoro iji hụ na ozi efu ndị ahụ agaghị enwe ohere igbu gị wayo, anaghị akwụ ụgwọ, o wee gị ndenye aha.
Biko, ekuzina, ana m eji sonye Airtel, fiam!
Airtel, a reason to imagine. Life's full of crazy moments that whisper, do you have the guts?
And when your body screams stop, but you need to go one more time, that's Dubai Confidence.
Pitching a bold, out-of-the-box idea in a boardroom full of suits? That's Dubai Confidence.
That nervous hand shooting up to answer a question no one else dares to tackle? That's Dubai Confidence.
Reaching for that skyscraper high job? You bet! That's Dubai Confidence.
That Dubai Confidence comes from wearing the Dubai antiperspirant and deodorant with 48 hours all-round protection. Dubai, own your grind. Available in stores near you.
Hello, Mandewo. Achọrọ m inye driver ahụ ego gị ka o wetere gị ya na village.
Enyela onwe gị nsogbu nwa m. Ziga ya na akaụntụ Smart Cash m.
Mama. Ya bụ na ị maara banyere Smart Cash.
Enu, ha na-enye ọtụtụ onyinye. Send ya na nọmba Airtel m.
Ọ dị mma. Mam dị sharp.
Ngwa Piasta 939# ma ọ bụ download ngwa Smart Cash ka ị mepee akaụntụ nke gị ka ị nwee ike yorie nnukwu onyinye 20,000 naira na Smart Cash. Ị ga-esite na onyinye 20,000 naira gị kwụọ ụgwọ oge ọbụla izuru oge okwu ma ọ bụ kwụọ ụgwọ ọbụla na Smart Cash. Ị ga-enwekwa ike ime transfer gaa na bank ọbụla na Nigeria. Usoro na ọnọdụ dịkwa ya.
Hello, ọ batala.
Smart Cash, Airtel kwadoro ya.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, welcome back. We quickly go to Abuja, where members of the House of Representatives yesterday rejected a constitutional amendment bill seeking to rotate the office of the president and vice amongst the 6 geopolitical zones. In addition, the House rejected 6 other constitutional alteration bills listed in the order paper. It, however, resolved to bring back the bills today and consider them on their individual merit. Deputy Minority Leader Aliyu Sani Madaki led the opposition to the bill. He said that issues the bill intends to cure have been addressed by the Federal Character Commission, warning that the issue of rotation should not be included in the Constitution but allowed to remain the way it is. Let's take a listen.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, Aliyu Sani Madaki is my name, and I represent the Alapero constituency of Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I want to speak on Bill number 2, Bill for an Act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, CAP C-23, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2024, to provide for the principle of rotation of offices of the President and the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria among 6 geopolitical zones of the country, namely North Central, Northeast, Northwest, Southeast, South-South, Southwest, and for other related matters. Mr. Speaker, my contribution to this issue is to the fact that in Nigeria, most often when we are talking of hiring people, we talked about competence. And I think this issue we are trying to bring here has been adequately covered by our Constitution. And we have a commission called the Federal Character Commission that was created primarily to take care of every zone of the Federation.
Madaki argued that the existing political parties already have mechanisms to ensure fair representation in and the sharing of offices at every given electoral period.
Okay, so there you have it. It was quite a debate at the floor of the House. Some people believe that rotational presidency will lead to a situation where the best brains will not emerge. That if we put this in our constitution, certain people from certain areas automatically would be disqualified because it is not their turn or the turn of their senatorial, their region to produce the president. But again, the question remains, how do we promote inclusivity? If we cannot have this in our constitution, how can I, as an Nkanu man from Enugu State, aspire to be the president of Nigeria without someone reminding me of my background, that because you're so person you cannot be president? We heard things like this, statements like this in the 2023 campaigns. We're also hearing it ahead of the 2027 campaigns, that because this person is this, because he's coming from so state, he can never be president. People brag about or brag with things like this. So in a country where we have people who believe they are the kingmakers, they decide who can be what and who can never be, how do we ensure that those people who we have come to identify as minority, unfortunately, get a feeling of belonging? For instance, take a look at Goodluck Jonathan. If Yaradua hadn't died, would somebody from that part of the country aspire to become president and get the support of other zones and eventually win? So for me, yes, in as much as yes, the argument may have some merits, that if we put this in our constitution, that certain persons from certain regions would have to wait forever before they become president, let merit count. In Nigeria, take a look at our elections. When was the last time merit counted? It's all about who has the deepest pockets. Money practically determines who becomes what in Nigeria. Money and the connection. Those who do not have money cannot even aspire to become councillors or even local government chairmen. How much are these forms sold? Expression of interest forms and what have you. How much does it cost to campaign or to run a campaign for a political office in Nigeria? For me, these are some of the things that we also need to take a look at and address.
I think that what those who are opposing this are saying is that political parties have zoning system. And
not all of them, Anne. I think so far it is only the PDP that officially has it in its constitution.
And that if these political parties can stick to this zoning arrangement, maybe we can have a rotation without actually putting it in the constitution. Now, this same issue of not having it in black and white is the same reason why the PDP is where they are right now. Because every year, every time, Atiku Abubakar wants to contest for presidency, even though he's from one region. And that was what Nyesom Wike stood his ground the last time, to say, no, we will not allow it happen. So if this thing is cast on stone, maybe it will come the likes of Atiku and those ambitious people who will now see that, okay, clearly it has been zoned to this part. How do we rotate it? If this part has this, another side can have it the next time. But if you also look at the way our political system works, even the parties that do not have zoning, because they want to produce a candidate from the same zone, from the ruling party, so it is like an unknown zoning formula, not written but implemented, because in politics you have to move with the tide. Because if the major party is producing somebody from the east, you can't go bring person from the west, you split your votes. So that's zoning formula that may be in PDP is also influencing
the
other
decision
parties.
of other parties. Exactly. For instance, the 2023 election that we made reference to, one of the reasons the big boys in PDP stuck to Atiku was because they felt Atiku would pull votes from the north, nothing else. And one of the reasons the APC decided to fly the Muslim ticket was because they knew that an Atiku would get the PDP ticket, and doing that he may likely get massive votes from the north. So in order to scatter that calculation, they said, okay, let's go the Muslim thing, because in their thinking, the Muslim north would only vote for a Muslim candidates.
True.
So for me, all these, we should stop we should stop emphasizing things like this. We should start de-emphasizing things like this. For me, that's just the right way to go. Otherwise, we'll keep going round and round without making any progress as a nation.
It's just that sometimes these things have a way of playing out. Let me look at Kogi, Benue, and Abia. In Kogi State, an Igala man has always been governor. So the last time when it was time 8 years ago, before now, subtract the first 2 years, Yahaya Bello came out to say, look, Anigbi Rahman has not been governor before. I want to be governor. He contested in a primary, though he came second. Then we go to Benue State. Idoma Man has never been governor. The chief people have been holding sway. And so there is a debate. So if one comes out from a particular region, people could, out of sympathy, say, okay, let's just give it to him. The same thing happened in Abia. Anungwa Man had not been governor before Okese Ikpeazu. And that influenced the decision of other parties. That even during the campaigns, Alex Otti played down his Arochukwu ancestry and kept saying, I'm from Issa Alangwa South. Because he knew that because of the zoning formula and the sympathy that people may have towards the Ongwa extraction, it was better for him to use Issa Alangwa South than Arochukwu. So even when you don't put it in black and white, the scenarios, peculiarities in those states will force you to take certain decisions.
It's been imbibed in our psyche, unfortunately. Yes, we may not have it written down, but in practically everything you do, even here in Abia State, let's not even make this national. Let's assume you get employed. One of the first questions, you get employed in the state civil service. One of the first questions your colleagues would ask you is, Ibonye Ebek ABC. The whole idea is, where are you coming from? Depending on the answer you provide, that's how they will start treating you from that day. I've interacted with some lecturers in Abia Poly, and they tell you that tribe, this and that, this person is from here, this one is from here. The reason why this is happening, the reason why this is not happening. Practically, it has become part of our life.
It's true.
You go to Enugu, Senator Ike Kweremadu's place cannot be governor. So many unnecessary calculations. So for me, those who are saying merit, singing merit, do they really live merit, or they are singing merit because the current status quo favors them? If the status quo doesn't favor them, won't they be shouting for this to be part of our constitution? For me, everybody should have a feel. If it means us having this in our constitution, so be it. Because since 1999, I'm yet to see where merit actually played a role. The only time people who are not in the majority became something was accidental. You talked about Yahaya Bello. If the man who won that governorship election did not die, Yahaya Bello would not have become governor. I talked about Goodluck Jonathan. If Yar'Adua hadn't died, a Goodluck Jonathan, a man from the South, would not have become president.
And that was what gave Yahaya Bello the morale to put in another Igbiraman.
That's it.
Because he believes that Igala people have had it forever.
If he should hand over to Igala, it continues. Exactly. Well, we move away from that. Let's go to the Labour Party, where the drama continues. The national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, has issued a strong challenge to the party's 2023 presidential candidates, Peter Obi, and other former aspirants, demanding that they provide evidence of financial support made to him or the party during the general elections. Speaking yesterday, Abure categorically denied receiving any funds for personal use from any candidate, including Obi. He cautioned that if they push him further, he would expose those in the opposing faction, claiming that they would be left reeking like rotten eggs. Addressing party members in Abuja, let's take some quotes from him. I want to challenge all of them. I saw some of them on television talking about corruption. Let any of them, from Peter Obi down, come forward and publicly declare what they personally gave to me or the party. Well, Abure also announced his intention to convene a world press conference to address the allegations and internal tensions that have recently rocked the party. He claimed that his silence until now was driven by a desire for peace and reconciliation within the party. Turning his criticism toward the Abia State Governor Alex Otti, Abure accused Otti of contributing nothing to the party's coffers during the election. Let's take a quote. He said, "That governor who is jumping like a cricket from one point to another We did not collect a dime from him. If he gave money to anyone, let him come forward and say so. When we met at Transcorp, he asked me, Chairman, what do I do for you? I told him nothing. Use your money for your campaign, quote and unquote.
You see, that's the problem with quarreling with people, because they will now start threatening to expose your secrets. What is that thing that Abure knows that he feels that if he says, everywhere go cast? He should say it. They don't need to push him to the wall. If he knows it's the truth, he should say it. But the way this thing is looking now, it's like this war will never end. I was speaking to someone, I said, I understand Abure's situation, you know. As at the time, most politicians were rejected from their party. They were rushing to Labour Party to get a ticket. But they chose Alex. So they feel bad that we rejected other people who came under immense pressure, and they will took you. But now you want to remove us from the party. So it is normal for Abure and his team to fight for survival. It is just normal. So it is how to handle this thing now that is a problem. But it is obvious that this battle will never go away.
Well, I think the right word this morning is refuge. In 2023, when certain persons couldn't get their party's tickets, they simply went to the Labour Party and the party offered them the tickets almost free of charge.
True.
So Abure is angry that we gave you refuge when you were rejected by your former political party.
Amid several other pressure.
Only for you people to turn around and start accusing us of being thieves. And this is not the first time someone is accusing those who emerged on the platform of the Labour Party of not funding the Labour Party. I remember having an interview with the former chairman of the party in Abia State, who is now the Southeast chairman, Igara, C.K. Igara. And he said throughout his reign as chairman of the Labour Party, not one kobo came from the Abia State government. He said so. You
are even talking of kobo.
Well,
normal official card that once a governor comes on board, the party chairman of the party chairman of the party of the governor at least deserves an official
Let
card.
me correct myself. We shouldn't even be talking about the state government. We should be talking about the governor. Okay, so that no one kobo, not even a penny, came from the state governor. Likewise, members of the state House of Assembly, members of the House of Representatives, not just in Abia, all over Nigeria, that majority of them who emerged on the platform of the Labour Party failed to contribute to the well-being of that party. That they did not fund the party, they just kept doing their thing, and the man did not say anything until recently. Abure is not known to be talking like this. It's obvious that the man has been pushed to the wall and is ready to spill all the beans. I think this whole thing started, him vomiting all these ugly words, started after the governor's interview on Arise TV. Right. Yeah, the governor actually used some unkind words on him. Yeah.
And he also used unkind words on the governor.
So it's paying back. You do me, I do you, God no go verse. I think that's the point they have found themselves. No, God no go verse. God used to verse in the days of okay. Let's move on to other stories.
Oh my God, this thing ain't go end though. We go to Anambra State. The PDP has officially submitted the names of Ezenwa for Jude as his governorship candidate, Okeke Chukwudi as running mates for the upcoming Anambra Guba election. It was confirmed in a letter addressed to the chairman of INEC. Okay, the PDP also in the letter signed by the acting national chairman Umar Damagum and Secretary Samuel Anya will notify INEC of the outcome of the primary election monitored by the commission. Also, the All Progressive Congress APC has also submitted the name of Senator, why do I keep forgetting this woman's name?
Ekunife.
Uche Ekunife as a running mate to their party candidate, Mr. Okachukwu.
Well, it's quite unfortunate. The PDP right now is just one crisis reading den. Remember, in one of our programs, I did ask you if you knew the name of the party's candidates in Anambra, and we couldn't come up with any name. But finally, they submitted a name. Now, the ball of contention is who signed the man's form. The PDP officially came out to deny that the form was signed by Samuel Anyanwu, the embattled organizing secretary of the party. only for Samuel Anyanwu to say, no, I signed the form for the Anambra governorship candidate. And guess what? When the form somehow got leaked, we saw Samuel Anyanwu's signature. Now, what is the implication of this? Are we going to have a situation tomorrow where, by miracle, the PDP does well in that election? Somebody can easily go to court to say, that the Samuel Anyanwu that signed this thing was not the organizing secretary and was not supposed to sign it at that time. Let's not forget there has been this argument as to who the organizing secretary is of the party. Is it Samuel Anyanwu? Is it Udo Okoye? Or is it someone that the stakeholders came together to say, okay, act in that capacity? The reason why the big boys in Anambra ran away from the party, because they don't want wahala. You spend money, hundreds of millions of naira, and because of the actions or inactions of certain persons, you just lose your money like that. Well, we go national now. Let's talk about a former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, who yesterday released an autobiography of himself. During the launch, he called on President Bola Tinubu to compensate the family of the late Moshood Abiola with 45 billion naira as restitution for the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election. Lamido argued that the payment would not only symbolize justice but also offer moral closure to what remains one of Nigeria's most painful democratic reversals.
He's a joker. As far as I'm concerned, he's trying to pitch the Southwest against the president. That family has been fighting since their father died, and that's the family you're asking that they should give 45 billion naira, because Moshood married many wives, and you know how it is in most polygamous homes. Every day on social media, dragging each other. You want to cause more division in the family by giving them 45 billion. Are you serious?
So you want the family to forget their father's 45 billion naira?
Wait,
the argument
was he declared winner?
Well, I don't think this has to do.
It's a different thing to win, and it's a different thing to be declared. Until you are declared, you didn't win.
The thing is this, and
is the money not for compensation?
Well, partly, but majorly because there were certain jobs demanded for the federal government. And according to Lamido, he said he met with IBB, and IBB told him that the federal government was yet to pay the family or pay Abiola that money before he passed away. That this would be a good time
for
the federal government to.
Wound?
Well, maybe he's a good man who doesn't want the family to lose their money.
A good man, okay. We're here. Well, the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board say they have invited education technology experts, the Chief Executive Officer of Educare, Alex Onya, to investigate the 2025 UTME. There were widespread complaints of technical glitches in complete questions that reportedly marred the exams. JAMB had announced that 1.5 million out of the 1.7 million assigned for the exam scored below 200 out of the total 400 marks. However, the minister's comment did not sit well with some Nigerians who insisted that the outcome must be investigated, because the minister, Dr. Tunji Alausa, said the mass failure was because of anti-malpractice efforts of JAMB. But JAMB said they now want to do a thorough review, and the experts have been urged to take care of it, assuring that people should keep calm and wait for the outcome of the investigation.
Like INEC, like JAMB, technical-ish. Well, when we analyzed this, some persons called for our next that were supporting exam malpractice. If you listen to candidates who wrote or who sat for this year's UTME, and you get to hear their experiences, you would understand that the so-called mass failure that JAMB was talking about and said, hey, it's because of the measures they put in place, that majority of these people actually failed, not because they did not study hard for the exam, but because of the fault on the part of the organizers of that exam, the UTME.
Technical glitch.
A computer is supposed to be on for like 1 hour, and after 30 minutes the computer goes off, and you publish the results only for you to come out and tell the whole world that the person failed because of exam malpractice.
One of my friends
that is quite
in
unfortunate.
Abia Poly called to say, ma'am, she's devastated, to say the least. Her sons, she said, have never been average. They've always been A students. Even their teachers always tell her, madam, since I started teaching, I've never seen bright students like your sons. But she said the sons scored 100 and something. I can't remember the exact figure. Even the children are saying, mama, this is not my result. And this cuts across. Those who scored almost 300 last time, who couldn't get admission, applied this year and got one something. How? Parents, even the student, there's a way you write an exam and you come out, you know what you wrote. You just can't say that this was my performance because I answered all the questions rightly, and then you come out and see 145 as your score. How? It's good because for them to say we're investigating, there may be glitches. They have recognized that something happened,
issues,
but they don't want to own up. They are now trying to look for soft landing.
Use English and cover it. Well, the good thing is that at least they've acknowledged that there is room for investigation. Let the investigation be done. And those who the investigation finds wanting should go for it. And those who need some form of maybe receipt in that exam should be given that opportunity to receipt in a conducive environment. All right, we'll take a break now, after which our phone lines will be thrown open for you to call and be part of the conversation.
Pianso, kamjukene gị ihe kedu ihe na-egbochi gị mgbe ị na-eteta n'ụtụtụ ọbụla ọ bụ na ịmaghị otu ụbọchị gị ga-esi wee je na ụbọchị na-aga gịnị na-eme ka obi gị na-agba ọsọ ọ bụ egwu na ị naghị eme nke ọma mgbe o ruru mgbede ọ bụ oge ntakịrị ọzọ na-agụsị gị agụ ike ihe ọbụla ọ bụ chetakwa na ọnwụnwa na nsogbu anaghị akọwa gị kama otu isi wee bilie imeri ha iji kọọ na ihe ị kwenyere na ya otu ahụ ka ihe esi wee nwere onwe gị n'aka ihe na-egbochi gị nweta data na-enweghị oke ya na nkwado batrị ruru awa 6 iji mee ka ị nwee ijikọ na-enweghị nkwụsị na Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect. Gaa n'ụlọ ahịa Airtel dịrị gị nso maka ozi ndị ọzọ. Airtel, ihe kpatara iche echiche.
Remember the name Arenas Plus. When malaria strikes, Arenas Plus. Remember the name Arenas Plus. When you feeling down, Arenas Plus.
Arenax Plus is a name to remember when you need to beat malaria with ease. Arenax Plus is a combination of artemether and lumenfantrine and is effective in the treatment of malaria in adults and children. So the next time malaria strikes, remember the name. Arenax Plus beats malaria with ease. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please see a doctor. Available in pharmacies near you. Arenax Plus is a quality product from Swiffer.
Ịtụ ndụ mmanụ na-amasị m ya mere m jiri na-eri nri akpọrọ aka sie nke na-edozi ahụ n'ime ite ji porridge ntinyecha azụ ntinye yabasị ose na ogo tupu m tinyezie nut cube nke ga-ewepụta ọmarịcha ụtọ dị na nri m ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Ndị be anyị chetanụ na nke onye riri ka o buo. Tinye akwụkwọ nri na-ama pokopoko na nri gị niile werezie nut cube mee ya ka ọ bụrụ eri amịcha aka. Rie nri na-edozi ahụ taa.
Then say health na wealth, but when person they arrange in health, can't lose one hand, one leg. Abina, when you dey hospital, they come tell you say you must drop heavy money first before they even think of to begin any treatment.
But when Avon HMO Tandagidiba with you, you no go dey shout yekpa, cause last, now all of us need people. Visit avonhealthcare.com now to get Avon Health Plan for you and your people.
Avon HMO, empowering you to live a healthier, fuller life.
Harude, my young baby, Harude. Hey, whoa, mama, it's not Harude now. It's all day deodorant.
Abumo, leave me and my Harude, I beg. Because you dash me perfume.
Mama, no be perfume now. It's deodorant.
Hey, now roll on they talk now. See, they make me scent where Harude.
All day, mama, all day.
Whether na market or even church says, I go wear up. Harude. I know they face it again. No.
All day.
Oh my little. Now
Wait till you save the way go that your office now, eh? When you came, Mama. Not all day shoppers. Whether not all day, how do they? As long as you dey buy am, I got the use. Mama, you never change.
All Day Antiperspirant and Deodorant has you covered all day, whether it's market runs or office calls. Smell sweet, feel fresh and confident. Do it for you. All Day Antiperspirant and Deodorant, now available in stores near you.
Mommy, you want to watch YouTube?
Not my phone again. Every time YouTube.
Oh, mommy, we want to watch YouTube.
You want to watch YouTube? Not with my phone. Go and watch TV.
But there's no YouTube on our TV.
That's before. With the new Airtel Smart Router, for just 25,000 naira, you can watch YouTube and more on any TV, even our own TV.
Really? Yay! Thank you, Mommy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Turn any TV into a smart TV with the Airtel Smart Router and watch Nollywood movies, football, and lots more on YouTube with unlimited data for 30 days. Airtel, a reason to imagine.
People and politics, providing the alternative voice within the democratic space.
All right, you're welcome back. We have 0907 677 1029, 0916 988 1029, or 0809 666 1029, or streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Facebook is Magic FM Aba. YouTube is at Magic FM Aba. And of course, Instagram at Magic FM Nigeria.
Meanwhile, please, when you call, stick to the topics we discussed on people and politics. As you already know, Annie is not in the studio.
Good morning to you. This is the voice of integrity calling from Aba.
Go ahead.
I know you can hear me, though that I'm not hearing you, but I have to go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to contribute on the jump issue. I don't agree totally with believing that it is the technical glitches that causes this exam poor result. I believe that these children are no longer reading as it were in our days when there were no computers, when there were no AI, when there were no Google to consult, when we go to libraries and study and make researches. Even then, there you don't go to exam with calculator like they do in the WAEC, but yet we make good results. I believe that the reading culture is dwindling in this country, and that's why I believe that the result is a total reflection of what is happening in the student life. Because I believe that, that if you fail to read, you will not pass. Most of them are engaged in all these social media activities. Like there was a girl I read on social media that got 320 something. And she said that she shunned social media activities for 6 months. Facebook, whatever, TikTok, she shunned it. And she was able to make it. Is she not part of the people that took these exams? So what I'm trying to say is that let them go ahead and do the forensic auditing or evaluation and see where there is problem. But nevertheless, this is a reflection. Our people, as the students, are not reading anymore. They depend on all these malpractice.
All right.
Some special centers.
All right, thank you very much. You're basically repeating yourself. If you had listened to us, and of course, those parents who are crying out, they are not saying, or they've not ruled out examination malpractice. They've not said some persons may not have failed. No, there are always people who fail exams. This wouldn't be the first time. Okay, but if you take a look at the number of those who are complaining, remember on the day of that exam in Ibadan, there was a protest. Some candidates who went in to write for the exam, all of a sudden their systems just went off. They went violent. They started destroying things in that area. So for such people, would you say they did not read? That's because they did not read the exam.
Their case was reported.
Exactly.
It happened in other places, just that we didn't carry.
So there are many factors. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right, you may want to call back.
Okay, let me check Facebook.
All right.
Watching us from the live feed. What happened? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ben.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
My name is Mr. Chris. I'm calling from Obombe.
Go ahead.
Sometimes I think if this is a tactic approach to still maintain that 18 years benchmark, the government has brought up concerning students and another nation. So sometimes I think that way, if there is a tactic approach to this. So Aaron said that we should mention JOK, that he's a man I love so much. If I am not a politician, I'm not a member of any politics and any political party, but if I'm to enter any politics or enter into politics, I'll go to JOK. He's so stable. He's so steadfast. He's not just a fair weather friend to the past governor. I see him as someone who has integrity, and I would like to meet him with something. He can mentor the young people. Let me just stop there. There are a lot to say.
All right.
Something he said that I take away, that if you're not informed, that you are destroyed. So the work of opposition is very, very strong. I like it. But people perish because they don't know what is going on. They are hailing and hailing. I'm not against anybody having his interest, but the truth has to be spoken. Thank you very much.
All right.
My brother, I think that sometimes people just know the truth, but because they're sentimental, there is this program we do every Fridays that the PDP powers, right? Abba Democrats. Some people will send message and say, why are you allowing those people on your space? Meanwhile, during the PDP days, Alex Otti had a program, Abga Half Hour, where they come, just like this Friday program, to talk about things that Okezie was not doing, attacking his government as well. But the same people are telling us to shut down the Friday program, but they did not tell us to shut it down when Oti was doing it when he was opposition. So it's about interest, basically, my brother. So that's what it is. Ajebu Ikechukwu says the National Assembly won't want bill on rotational presidency to scale through so that the Southeast will not taste the presidency. A country rule and decide by a particular region what a country. Osisiomangwa people, good morning. Oxford Lucius, I still remain your faithful brother from Enyimba Stadium Plaza. Honestly, JOK has finished it, hit the nail on the hammer directly. One thing I love in him is that he's a good follower of Ibazo. Optimistic St. Jude, I have now fallen in love with the personality of JOK. Sule Lamido is a joker in high places. The House of Reps rejecting that bill show that they're not in reality with the happenings in the country. JAM failed, not our students. Abure should fight to finish. Everyone should respect his office and respect other people's office. Jonada Abubani Ocha on rotation of presidency. This will bring fairness, equality to all the zones, reduce the cry of marginalization, clamor for secession. Every zone have credible candidates without constitutional backup. It will always be arm twisted by the bourgeois and money bags. Motive Oji, why rotational presidency may not align with traditional democratic principles. Nigeria's unique situation demands it for the sake of equity. That's another. That's certainly unique. JAMB investigating mass failure is more like beating a dead body. Advise them to carry out an overhaul in the institution if they want to get it right, because there's much corruption in the system. Ojukwu Ugo, the reps rejecting bill on rotational presidency is a welcome development. Nigerians need a competent leader that will change the narrative. Ichie Wefi Nanyarugo says, what is the need for JAM? My dear, Chinedu Wakafo, what will Abure benefit to pull down Labour Party? Making Labour Party and PDP not conducive to present opposition candidate is never good for our democracy. Godfrey Sunday, the House of Reps members rejecting the zoning of presidency, it will be helping the nation. Hyacinth Obona says JAM hurriedly pronounced mass failure of candidates in the last UTME, succeeded only to put the country's educational system in bad light and expose the board's inefficiency. Oh, wow. Orumoki, on the face value, Moshood Abiola was mistreated. However, anyone heard of sinking copies of the Holy Bible leading to Nigeria in the sea? I don't understand. Sergio Kiabians will forget any information in a public space. Chika Wadima, John Okikalu is a bold and straightforward man, more than the gullible brothers of Ibazu that received highest political favor and backstab him at the end, thinking that OT would look their way. Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Ben, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead.
I want to talk on the issue of this Abiola matter. If actually federal government owns this man, not compensation, if actually they owned him, they should pay the family. The way they shared it should be another thing to discuss. If you are owing somebody, pay. The man has a son who is the head of the family. They can pay to the son. How they share it doesn't concern any of us. So on the issue of presidential rotation for the constitution, yes, it's necessary. Nigeria have come to that point. We can't be doing one thing and getting the same result. So since we are not getting the better result out of what we are doing, why can't we change? Make rotation, at least do the rotation between north and south. Let's see whether this thing will help us a little. So that is the issue. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Elvis. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. I am Zafan. Wake up on your phone.
Go ahead.
Ben, when I finish my contribution, answer me this question. Can you advise me to trust any Nigerian politician? After when I finish my contribution. Then most so, I commend you guys assiduously on the way people and politics being programmed. Now, let me talk on PDP. PDP was prone to allow Jonah enter their ship. They were looking, but they could not see. They refused to collect wisdom. PDP is nose diving into us. I suggest they have coalition with SDP to see if that party can be redeemable. Now, House of Rep rejects rotational presidency. What does this one mean? I, the fan, is saying they know what they are doing. In fact, they are in for level of monopoly and hypnotizing the number one thing. Then true federalism has been toppled. Now, majority stroke minority, first class stroke second class citizens, still on. Then let me say on the past result of JAM, I suggest outright cancellation and the total rewrite. That's the unction to function on that platform. Thanks. I love Magic FM. Please, then answer my question.
Well, Zafan, you know the answer to your question, so no need wasting time on that, all right?
I think that there are people you can trust. We have an Obun Nayono. We have what's this
Muhammadu
man?
Buhari.
This man,
they are in the
man
field.
in this vocal senator from Borno State. Alain Dume. We've had people who have remained in the opposition since 1999. They're plenty.
They're not plenty. They are in the few. They're not plenty, Anne.
My dear, if you have 5,000 politicians and 1,005 have remained, is that not a large number?
That's it. Now they are not up to 1,005. If we're using 5,000 as the benchmark, if you're being conservative, we should say 50 out of the 5,000.
Do you know that there are states like Yobe that have been in AMPP since till now, merger with APC?
I understand that. Going by your 5,000 benchmark, we can do 50. Yeah, 50 is understandable. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Thank you for joining us. Your name and location.
Yes, my name is Uchenna Sinna. Anastasia, my sister, good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, please.
Let me react on the crisis happening in the Labour Party. I think for me, the leaders, those who were elected under Labour Party, have not been fair to the party. Just like what Ben said. If you look, all of us were in APC when Dr. Alex Otti, during that primary, when Ikecheminike hijacked the whole thing. So there was a issue. The only remedy, the only saving grace Dr. Alex Otti had was this Labour Party. And the people who give him that ticket is the people he's fighting today. He has contested governorship position 2 times and lose. And these people give him that platform. He was able to win the election. To say thank you to them, you push them out. Or in your appointment, they were not carried along. Nothing. They are not carried along. Somebody, a chieftain of Labour Party, accused the governor of defrauding the party, that he did not even pay his nomination form complete. He paid 15 million. That all the House of Assembly members' form, that he collected the money to his private account on record. So when issues like this, when the man said that he will open up things, and I think people are beginning to open up, but this the issue we have in Abia State, that the PDP messed up the state so much. That is why it looks as if something is happening in this state. With the level of funds that have come into this state, my dear, Abia is in a big trouble under the leadership of Dr. Alex Otti. Although people will not understand it that way. Well, with time, they will get to understand. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you. On WhatsApp, let's see. Okay, you're talking about the state of the Ovom 1 primary school in Obingwa. We did mention that should be on Monday. Let's hope the state government will do something about it, especially during this rainy season. Most of the buildings there are dilapidated. They don't even have roofs, not to talk about the sitting conditions of the children. In as much as some persons are quick to blame the children these days for not reading, what are the state of public schools? Most of the people who criticize their children for not reading today attended public schools, so they were better off back in the days, but today practically nothing to write them about. Okay, Comrade Udo Kingsley Hediwa, Dr. Alex Otti is okay. Thank you. Unfortunately, I cannot take that. All right. Well, that's about the size of the program this morning. We want to say thank you for being part of the program. Do well to join us tomorrow. My name is Ben Watu.
My name is Anastasia Uchenna. Have a lovely day.
I can't get enough. It's just the right amount of sweetness. I mean, just the right crunch. Mini-Me Chin Chin is different. Table manners? Forget that. Mini-Me Chin Chin tastes really good. You just have to indulge. It's worth every crunch. Can I have one more? And maybe another one. And another one? And another one. And another one. Mini-Me Chin Chin. Now available in a 150-gram Boku pack. Mini-Me. Taste the fun.
Pianzo, kamju kenegi he kedu ihe na-egbochi gị mgbe ị na-eteta n'ụtụtụ ọbụla ọ bụ na ịmaghị otu ụbọchị gị ga-esi wee je na ụbọchị na-aga gịnị na-eme ka obi gị na-agba ọsọ ọ bụ egwu na ị naghị eme nke ọma mgbe o ruru mgbede ọ bụ oge ntakịrị ọzọ na-agụsị gị agụ ike ihe ọbụla ọ bụ chetakwa na ọnwụnwa na nsogbu anaghị akọwa gị kama otu isi wee bilie imeri ha iji kọọ na ihe kwenyere na ya otu ahụ ka ihe esi wee nwere onwe gị n'aka ihe na-egbochi gị nweta data na-enweghị oke ya na nkwado batrị ruru awa 6 iji mee ka inwe ijikọ na-enweghị nkwụsị na Airtel 4G 5G Smart Connect gaa n'ụlọ ahịa Airtel dịrị gị nso maka ozi ndị ọzọ. Airtel, ihe kpatara iche echiche.
My guy, make we dey go now. Our guys dey wait oh. Bros, my body no gree cooperate today oh. Which kayawa be that? Abeg come sit down, Joe. Sit down? Yes. The thing no gree me now. Abi that your pile wahala don come again?
No, pile wahala no be small thing oh. Na so e go dey start you. If it swell up or to dey comot blood sef, to sit down sef na gbege. That's why I say make you tackle pile problem with Anudol suppositories. Anudol suppositories get bismuth subgalate, balsam peru and zinc oxide to tackle pile, so you go fit dey kampe to do your work sharp sharp.
Oh yeah, my guys. Make we go. Madam do good. One bottle for my guys.
Anudol suppositories, now your relief for pile. Anudol suppositories, now daily need industries they make am. Make una read the product leaflet o. If after 2 days you know better, go see your doctor. Ọ bụ eziokwu n'ihe siri ike, mana anyị ga-eke nkwụcha n'aga na Total Energies n'ime ihe dịka 10 ugbu a. Anyị nọ na-agba mbọ inye gị quartz engine oil